Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2019 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450. This GLS is currently showing just over 73,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. So starting here on the outside, it's finished in a stunning navy blue finish. It's got a little bit of metallic in there as well, and as you can see, the paint is presenting very nicely. I know it's getting a bit later, we don't have much direct light, but it does present very well. You can see how well that dark color accents the body lines there on the hood. Now, starting really close to the body panel, looking for any dings, dents, or scratching. Carrying all the way down the driver's side. Looking for anything at all in here. To the rear, I have not spotted much of anything besides a very small ding just above that driver's door handle. Looking here at the wheels, excellent condition. As you can see, a beautiful gray finish on the interior, and the outer finish is a machine face. And I think it presents beautifully, playing very nicely with that nice silver trim on the running boards, as well as the window surrounds and the roof rails just above. That brings us here to the front wheel, which again presents very well. And now moving on to the front fascia, you'll find a beautiful design. I think the headlights have a stunning design. They almost look like eyes. Gives the front end a lot of emotion here, and I think it presents very well. Looking here at the front grille, finished in that same bright silver we were just talking about. And this is actually one of the illuminated Mercedes-Benz stars. You'll see that once we have the engine running. But here across the front bumper, it all presents very well. A couple of small marks here, but otherwise, very nice condition. That brings us here to the passenger side. We'll start here looking at this wheel, in great shape. And now making our way down the side of the vehicle yet again. We're about to pass a ding there on that body line, or just above it rather, on the front door. But otherwise, to the rear, it all presents quite nicely. Finally, our last wheel here on the passenger side, presenting great, and those tires are in nice shape as well. Now looking here at the rear of the vehicle, really nice design. You can see the taillight lenses are crystal clear. All of the chrome badging, presents beautifully. You can see very small ding there and just there, but very minor and hard to spot. Looking here right at your loading area, you can see this chrome trim, which has held up beautifully. That's a great thing to look at, trying to gauge how the previous owners cared for their vehicle. You can see they weren't scuffing this up, loading things into the back. That's always a nice thing to see. You have your dual exhaust outlets flanking that nice silver diffuser panel. Very small nick there on the bumper cover, but otherwise, the exterior, showing 73,000 miles, it looks just wonderful. And now we'll go to the inside, where you'll find that blue beautifully paired with a nice tan interior. Looking here at the driver's seat, condition is very good. Passenger seat is even nicer. And now we'll hop inside over this illuminated door sill. Wasting no time with that big silver start button there. Fire it up. Just needs a little bit of gas, but if I'll clear that light, you'll see no strange warning lights in the gauge cluster. Nice analog gauge cluster area, looking great. Nice silver and black trim. And then we'll start looking at the dashboard with that nice leather pad all stitched beautifully all the way across. No wrinkles, bubbles, or peeling. It all looks wonderful. Looking at the steering wheel here, a little bit of wear on the finish there on the left side, but the buttons look great on both. And that airbag cover is beautifully stitched, just as we saw on the dashboard. Steering wheel is a beautiful blend of perforated and regular leather. Stitching has held up nicely, and it is a heated steering wheel. As you can see, you just turn that, and then the steering wheel gets nice and warm for you, which I love. Door cards, very nice design with that wood grain trim. Your seat controls just there, looking nice, and your window controls have all held up very well, aside from a very small chip just there on the driver's window. Or driver's window control, pardon me. The window itself is perfectly fine. Looking here at the center console area, if you look at the infotainment screen, if you see it flickering at all, that's only due to the camera. Here to the human eye, it's perfect. If I throw it in reverse, you'll see a nice top-down 360 camera. We also have a full-color navigation display, as well as various other functions, but I like to leave it there on the car screen. Looking a little bit lower, all of these controls in excellent shape. You have your heated seats, as well as various other controls like start-stop and your parking sensors. Climate controls just below, very simple analog buttons, no touch, and a very small screen for information there. Looking a little bit further down, underneath this wood grain cover, it rolls away nicely to reveal some illuminated cup holders that are climate controlled, so you can set them to be cooling, or you can set them to be heated cup holders, which is just an awesome feature to have. Thanks to those metal walls inside the cup holders, it works very well too. I've used that plenty of times in the past. Here to my right, we have this nice split armrest area with some storage underneath. We can select our drive modes, as well as various suspension settings over there, and of course your infotainment controller wheel and pad just here to the right, which obviously run this screen and do it very well, and you can see it's all extremely clean. Looking above my head, full panoramic sunroof, which I love to see. I always like to show these cloth sections closing up so you can see it's free of any staining or tearing or wrinkles, and then opening them back up, you see it all happens very smoothly, quietly, everything as it should be. But next up, let's take a look under the hood and see what powers the GLS 450. I'll meet you there. All right, so here under the hood of the GLS 450, it all presents very well. It's extremely clean under here, looking at the painted portion just there, all the way across the front end and to the other side. That looks great. See all of your small intricate connections here, looking very nice as well. You can even look down the side of the engine quite easily and get a good view of just how clean everything else is. Very nice to see that. Now, this engine in particular is a wonderful power plant. It's a 3-liter bi-turbocharged V6, produces 362 horsepower and 368 or 9 pound-feet of torque. It's a wonderful engine. It's not going to absolutely drink gasoline like the bigger V8s, but it's still going to give you plenty of power. Even for a vehicle this size, you're getting to 60 in around 6 seconds, which is just perfectly fine for just about everybody's needs. Now, next up, we'll move into the second row of seating. Looking at the general condition, it all presents very well here. Door cards well appointed as well with the beautiful stitched leather two-tone, as you can see. Now, hopping in behind where I would very comfortably sit, you can see I have plenty of legroom, I have plenty of headroom. At 6'4", it's very spacious for 2 adults sitting one in front of the other. Beautiful view of the cabin and the dual pane roof just above my head. We also have our climate vents just there, as well as a nice little bit of storage just beneath. Here to my side, I have a drop-down armrest with cup holders, and these headrests can obviously be deployed higher up, but this is an ideal position if you don't have rear passengers for the driver because they can see better out of that rear view mirror. Now, the third row of seating can be easily accessed by tapping that button just there. The seat will fold ahead and then roll over, allowing great access right into the back where I can sit on down. I'm not sure how I have the second row of seats I'm not sure how I have them set, so if I do lay them down right now, I may be pinned here. But you can see a moderate amount of legroom, but these seats are reclinable and can be slid forward and backwards, so you can really accommodate if you don't have 3 adults sitting in a line. But it's very comfortable back here. Nice windows here on either side, armrests with stitched leather and cup holders. It's just a wonderful place to be for your entire family. Now, pretty easily, I can hop on out, drop this seat back down, pop it up into place, and then I'd like to recline it back so it's in line with the other seat. And that is the interior of the GLS. Now, with one touch, I can open up the hatch here in the rear, revealing this nice privacy blind just there to hide any of your cargo. But if you have the third row seats folded down, you can actually install it just there, and it will stretch over your entire cargo area. Now, the third row seats can be very easily dropped down using these switches, so I'll just push each of those at the same time there. Those seats drop down, revealing lots more storage all the way in the back. And you can see all of the floor mats here in nice condition with the Mercedes-Benz emblems in the mats. Now, just as easily as we put the seats down, I'll pick them back up. Lovely having power-operated third-row seats. And then with one touch, I can drop down that hatch and it will nicely latch back into place. Also wanted to highlight at the front, because I forgot to, that beautiful illuminated Mercedes-Benz emblem, which I think just looks awesome as the sun begins to set. So if you have any further questions related to this GLS 450, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you will find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.